right here and we're going to get started here. Y'all give me 1 second. Let me get this camera fixed. There we go. Good morning, everybody. It's been a while since we had to do this podcast. Glad to talk to everybody this morning. I've been putting out videos every day like I normally do, but as far as this morning podcast, if you're new to my channel, my name is Shawn. I'm a trainer here with Rosedale Transport. And when I had to come inside to work after my mom passed away, I missed doing random lives. So last week, my schedule was messed up because, 6 a.m., but that would be y'all's 8 a.m., so it kind of threw everything off. So apologize about that, but we're going to get back and get it started. Looks like I'm going to be on schedule to probably do it this week, unless something changes. If I don't get up in the morning at 6, you don't get a notification. It's because I probably work late or, different waiting to get unloaded. You know how trucking goes, y'all. You know how it goes. Well, today I'm on 75 headed to Jacksonville. I've got a trainee with me. His name is Jose. He's doing very, very good. I'm very proud of him. Yesterday he ran his full clock out. Ain't that right, Jose?
Yes, sir.
Big shout out. Big dog. All right. Whole clock out, man. On his second day. So, yeah, he's going to be good. What's up, one busted trucker? That's Mr. Leroy Chatter in the house. Good morning, Tim. Good morning, John. Good morning. Glad everybody's in here this morning. Glad everybody's doing okay. Y'all let me know in the comments where you're watching from and where you're at. All that good stuff. We got a lot to talk to you about. I got to talk to y'all a little bit. So, got a few different things. We're going to talk a little bit about Rosedale today. We're going to talk. Good morning, Earl. We're going to talk about, we're going to talk about mileage and things like that. But we're also going to talk about an incident that happened a couple weeks ago about a guy that got killed at a truck stop. We're going to talk about that. We're going to talk about all this ice and snow. So we've got a long show this morning, or packed show this morning. So we're going to go ahead and let's just jump right into it. All right. A few weeks ago, there was a man that passed away. Good morning there, Big Gore. Good morning. Let's see who's out there. Big Gene. I can't see Big Gene 14. Apologize if I missed your comments. I'm driving, so apologize. But a few weeks ago, a truck driver, a long-haul truck driver, pulled up in East Nashville, Loves. Y'all know that Loves I'm talking about? If somebody knows what Loves I'm talking about, let me know. East Nashville, out there near downtown. Let me know in the comments if you know what I'm talking about. Well, I watched the news article and I did a video about it, but the man pulled up at the truck stop. He parked right there on the side street. What was the name of that street, Jose? You remember? It's a little side street next to Love's where we parked yesterday.
In 1 and 3
Lucas,
miles,
yes, that's correct.
take exit 435 on the right.
He pulled up there and parked. It shows him going in on cameras and getting something to eat. But then a few days later, he never showed up for work. He wasn't moving. Truck wasn't moving. And the company evidently cared a lot about this driver. They had a lot of respect for this driver. So they were concerned. Because it wasn't like him just to abandon his truck. So they called to the Loves right there in East Nashville and asked to do a welfare check. Well, this was the next day. It was Monday. I think it happened on a Sunday, a few Sundays ago. They go out there, the truck's unlocked. They opened up the truck, and he's dead. He was found shot. Somebody had shot him at the truck stop, y'all. Shot him. So if you are my message, and I hope this video goes viral. The other day we got 1,000 views on the other one. I put out a couple shorts, got a few thousand views. But I put this out because if you were at that truck stop, we all have dash cams. Just about everybody in here have dash cams. And somebody somewhere might have caught something. And yesterday I went to that truck stop and kind of walked around myself. And
on the right.
Yeah, definitely if you were in that fuel line, you could have faced. Somebody was in that fuel line facing this truck. Somebody has got cameras of the man walking up and shooting that body. But Nashville police needs your help on finding this killer. So I'm hoping that somebody that's listening will hear it. I did have one guy send me a message and said that he was there parked the night of it. He didn't know nothing about it, but he was parked, and he sent his footage into a safety manager, and the safety manager sent it to Nashville Police. I haven't heard anything back. yet if there was anything on it. But y'all, somebody was there. Somebody out there was listening to this truck and stuff, seen something. This man had a family. I don't know what happened. I don't know why he got killed, but I'm sure he's somebody's son, somebody's father, somebody's brother, somebody's granddad, somebody's something. And you know, y'all, a lot of people say, he was probably doing drugs. He was probably doing it. Might have been a robbery gone bad. Blah, 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 blah. We don't know the circumstances. We don't know any of it. But we do know that a man lost his life, and there's somebody out there that killed him that got away with it. Okay? So, if you were there, and I don't have the dates. I apologize. I'm driving. It's dark. I don't have the dates right in front of me. But if you were there during those days, look it up. Man got shot in Nashville, Tennessee. Truck stop. Love truck stop. You'll be able to see the dates of when it exactly happened. And if you were there, I know if you were Rosedale and you were there, all you got to do is call Giles. He can pull up the camera back, and maybe there was something on there that could help. But that's what I want to talk. The guy's name was David, by the way. The guy's name was David that passed away. So let's all remember his family this morning, and you know, say a prayer for him. And I'll pray. You know, I always say a prayer at the end of this live show. But let's all just remember his family in prayer, because I'm sure it was heartbreaking, and you know, the man lost his life. But all right, now that being said, what can we learn from this? Because you know, everything that happens, I try to take something and learn from it. Not saying take good from it, but let's learn from it. What can we do to minimize that? Now, I went and interviewed that manager yesterday. Y'all go back and check out the video we swung in yesterday. People say, Shawn, how do you do these interviews and still get miles? Y'all, we got 670 miles yesterday. All right, me and my training did 670. We did our 30-minute break. When I did my 30-minute break, I'm in there trying to do something positive and trying to make videos. So what I do in my 30-minute breaks, hey, it's my 30-minute breaks. I may stop at, you know, the DMV. I may stop at weight scales. People are like, Shawn, how do you have time to interview these cops and all this stuff when you're out there driving? Look, my record speaks for itself. I do it during my break, y'all. I'd be a beast, you know what I'm saying? But anyway, so I go in there and I speak to the lady there who's a manager, and I said, hey, listen, what kind of tips can you give me on what exactly happened? She said they don't know exactly what happened. She said there's reports, it's not proven, that the cops said that he pulled out a large amount of money from the bank like the day before or earlier. Do not know if that's true or not. I have no idea. She didn't either. She didn't want to speculate. It's just a speculation. But she said in her area at that truck stop is one of the worst truck stops. She said she felt safer. She lived in New York at a New York truck stop than that truck stop in East Nashville. She's a manager of the place. She said it's not a very good truck stop. She says it's infested with drugs. She said there's a hotel next door. There's a lot of prostitution, drugs, crazy stuff that goes wrong at that place. While we were there, didn't we, Jose?
Yes.
There was a fire truck pull up. An ambulance pulled up. I don't know if somebody was ODing, but we seen ambulances pulling back through there. I seen a fire truck. Not a great place. Not a great place at all for anybody to be in, okay? So, what's going on, Zach Elrod? Good morning. Good morning. Sorry if I missed your comments. So anyway, stay away from bad truck stops if you can. Now, you said, Shawn, I don't know if it's a bad truck. Any truck stop is near a major city. It's usually man, that's something smells in there. That ain't me, bro. Is that you, bro? I mean, oh my God. I wonder if it's some eggs in there I was cooking. Something happened. I don't know. Something's, woo. Rotten egg somewhere every dog. Gee. But anyway, so truck stops near big cities are bad. But the interview with the lady, she said, listen, she said, it's sad because, y'all go back and check the video out if you can, but she said, it's sad that this truck stop and the one in Memphis, she said, are the two worst truck stops that she knows of. And they're both right there in Tennessee. You wouldn't think that. One thing I did notice, though, and me and Jose both noticed, there was no cops patrolling the area. You see a lot of homeless people, nothing against homeless people, but there's a lot of homeless people walking around. Literally, there were people in the parking lot in their cars, like sleeping in their cars. And they were right outside the truck stop, like on the line. And she said the city doesn't come do nothing to make a move. They just camp out there and just pretty much stay because it's a 24-hour bathroom. So a lot of drug use going on. When you go to those places like that, the best thing to do, and human nature wants us to talk to people and see people and be nice and be friendly and help people, but the it's a harsh place right now. You know, I say hello, how you doing? But I'm not getting in conversations with people. I'm not inviting people in your truck. Hey, you want to come sit in my truck and let's talk? No. Never let nobody in your truck, okay? Never let nobody get too close to you at your truck. You're walking with somebody, stay the distance, make sure you're staying up in lit up areas. Now, this guy was it looked like a decent, I mean, he was on a little side street right there, but it was right in front of the fuel pump. So, don't know what happened, y'all, but y'all please pay attention when you're out there, okay? Pay attention. You got a target on your back. Number one, you're hauling freight, and you may have something. Number two, they know you've got a GPS in your truck, maybe a TV. You at least got $1,000 of stuff in your truck. That somebody could probably sell that stuff for, you know, $100 crack rock or $50 crack or $20 crack rock, something that somebody want to get high. They'll do what they can to get high. And they have this idea that most of us truck drivers have cash on us. Back in the day, I don't carry cash on me now. But back in the day, people carried a lot of cash to pay for fuel and stuff. So, good morning, Tommy. Good morning. But yeah, so pay attention when you're out there driving, when you're out there going to these places. When you get out, y'all turn your truck off and lock your truck. I was looking at an article today where guy pulls up the fuel stop, runs in real quick, somebody jumped the truck and gone. Make sure you're locking your doors. And I'll be honest, I am guilty of that. I ain't a hypocrite. Very easily I've jumped out, filled up my truck, run inside, in the fuel aisle, I'm not thinking about it. But it can happen, y'all. It can happen. So make sure you're locking your doors and just paying attention. Pay attention. You don't want to get out in the dark area to use the bathroom, get whacked on the back of the head. Just pay attention, drivers. Just all be safe out there. So, how many Rosedale drivers we got watching this morning? If you actually work for Rosedale, let me know in the comments. If you don't work for Rosedale, then I don't know what you're doing yet. Number 706-226-1003. Ask for Tina. Again, 706-226-1003. Ask for Tina and tell me your boy Shawn sent you, okay? Earl says for now, they got one driver here this morning. Anybody else this morning here from Rosedale? All right, so let's talk about, going to the next part of this conversation. I want to talk about snow. There we go, One Buzzing Trucker. That's, he works for Rosedale. He just started last week. First week. Hey, One Buzzing Trucker, how many miles you say you got your first week out there? Zach Elrod, how many miles do you think you got the last week or two? I want to talk about miles here. How many miles you getting? All right, we're going to talk about miles real quick before I go into One Buzzing Trucker got 2961. Oh, good deal. What's up, man? He says the first timer on my channel. Tommy said, where you at this morning? I'm a first time on your... Oh, appreciate that, buddy. Thank you for subscribing, man. I'm on I-10, headed to Jacksonville, Florida. Oh, we're going to talk about miles here in a minute. I'm going to talk about miles. I got something. This is going to be for our Rosedale drivers. But before I go into that, I want to talk to y'all about something else. There's been a lot of accidents lately, not with Rosedale, but out here on the road with all this snow. Y'all been getting, who's seen some snow? Y'all let me know in the comments if you've seen any snow this week. A lot of snow, a lot of ice, in a lot of different places, right? Well, what's happening is the snow builds on top of a truck, trailer, the drivers drive off, and that snow falls and hits cars. There was an incident where a guy's window got busted out. Good job, Zach. Zach said 2850, usually around 3,000, 3,200. That's what I'm talking about. That's my boys out there getting them miles in. All right. So anyway, about this snow thing, a lot of it's falling off and smashing these trucks, smashing vehicles, smashing cars. And what are we going to do about that? Like, have y'all thought about it? Y'all have a plan for that? I don't want to be the one to hurt somebody, and I don't want to kill a family. I don't. So, I picked up a trailer today, had a light dusting on it. I ain't talking about a light dusting. I'm talking about a lot of snow on top. Big piles of it. You know what I'm talking about. You'll see it. You're driving, it slides off. right, well, two things you can do. If you get to a trailer and you see a lot of ice and snow on it, you need to call your dispatcher, call your safety manager and say, hey, listen, I got to do something like this. They'll send somebody off to clean it off. Now, I'm not talking about a light dusting. So for all y'all entitled truckers that are just trying to find an excuse not to drive, don't use this as an excuse to say, well, Shawn said that I can't drive. I ain't saying that. I'm saying if you see big chunks of snow or ice on top, you know, or you're driving and it's falling off, you see it. You see it, you know it ain't good. Pull over to a truck stop. They can do it. They also make this thing. I've seen. I haven't got one, but they make this thing. It's like it looks like how do you explain it? Like a shovel with a long pole or something. And it goes on top of the trailer, and you can just kind of push it off. It kind of bends a little bit. So I thought that was kind of interesting. I may end up getting one if I was up north, but a lot of south. A lot of Canadian drivers, y'all know what I'm talking about. Make sure y'all are paying attention to that. Make sure y'all are taking care of that situation, and don't get hurt out there. Okay. What do you say? The family of 4 lost their life on I-35 in a Honda Civic under a semi. Yep. It happens, man. I don't want to be the one to kill a family. Not by me being lazy. You know what I'm saying? I seen somebody say something about the brakes the other day. Say, you know, it's more important to stop than it is to go. So, if you guys have bad brakes, get that fixed. I like that comment. Now, this next half right here, I want to talk to you Rosedale drivers. All right, Rosedale drivers. I hear drivers call me, and I have drivers who say, you know, they want to get a raise and they want to get money. Look, I'm a driver just like y'all, okay? I just got a voice, and I like to yak and tack and talk. But I'm a driver, too. And everybody wants raises. Heck, I want a raise. But with Rosedale right now, and I've talked to a few people inside, they're going to give us raises. But we've got to get an average of these 2,500 miles a week. We've got to get these miles up so that way we can get better raises. So all y'all out there who's not getting miles, y'all are costing me my raise. And I'm not saying this in an ugly way at all. There's a reason why you're not getting your miles, okay? Is it either you? Is it your truck? Is it your dispatch? What is it? There's something going on because I would say 70% of the people that I bring in are getting 2,800 to 3,200 miles a week. 30% of those people that I bring in are getting, I say 20% of those people are getting less than 25, 10% are getting less than 2,000 of the people that I bring in. Okay? I try to coach these drivers because I get my miles every week. Now, granted, I'm a trainer, but Thomas Morgan, 3,000 miles every week. Okay? Zach Elroy, 28 to 3,200 miles every week. All right, every single week. I see his miles every single week. One busted trucker, that's Leroy Capper, just come in, busted out 3,000 miles his first week. I don't understand the people who are not getting the miles. All right, so we need to figure this out for our company before Rosedale. We need to figure this out not only for you to help your pocket and to help your family so you can grow, but obviously it's a problem. Are you a driver who just wants to get 1,800 miles a week? I'm not saying you are, but some drivers only want that. And if that's the case, I can't help you. Can't help you. But this might not be the company for you, because if you get less than 2,000 miles, you're going to be considered a part-time employee. So, and like I said, I'm speaking to the Rosedale drivers. I know there's a lot of drivers out here that are not from Rosedale, but I'm speaking to y'all because I want to see Rosedale prosper. I want to see Rosedale grow. I want to be able to keep new trucks and new equipment, but we got to work as a team, and we got to get these miles. They want us to get 2,500 miles a week. Now, some people say it ain't possible, but that's not true because there's drivers out there that are doing it. Now, what is it? You say, well, it's my dispatcher. Okay? Well, then, have you went to the operations manager and said, listen, I need to talk to you? I know some of y'all are going to say it. One person says he's trying to talk to Chris, and Chris ain't called him back. You need to go in there and talk to him. If you're not getting your miles, there is an issue. The company wants you to get miles. How come there's drivers knocking out 3,000 miles a week, and how come we have drivers that are knocking out under 2,000? What is the issue? Okay, is it you? Is it a bad luck of your vehicle? Is it a bad dispatch? Or is it pre-planning? Is it poor planning? I'm not sure. But you can reach out to me and you can call me, and I will help you. Okay, I will help you get your miles, because you say, Shawn, why do you do that? They must be paying you to do this. No, they don't pay me to talk. They pay me miles just like you. But I know if y'all all get miles and Rosedale's profitable, I'm going to get a raise. And we're all going to get raises. But we got to start thinking like that. We got to think as a whole, not what the company can do for you, but what can you do for the company. And I know that sounds crazy. It's like, golly, you're just some company. I'm being serious because they feed my family. And drivers out there, like Zach. Zach, you said you get 2,800 miles a week. Okay, boom. Leroy Clapper got 3,000 miles last week. Thomas Morgan sent me a message last night. He got 3,900 Samsara miles last week. So the miles are here, and I know freight's slow, but you know what the difference is? And I asked every one of them, I asked them, what do y'all do? They manage their dispatcher, okay? You've got to manage your dispatcher. Hungry mouths do not get fed. And I was telling one busted trucker this the other day. I tell Brian Walton this. I tell Errol this. I tell all you this. You've got to call them. And you've got to say, hey, I want to run. Because the sad thing is, there's a certain percentage of Rosedale drivers that don't want to run. And there's a certain of y'all, and I know I sent a message out on Samsara for y'all to watch this morning, and some of y'all are listening to me, and y'all know who you are. You don't want to run. But if you don't want to run, that's affecting all of us. So what's happening is these dispatchers, and I'm not blaming, I love our dispatcher. I think Sherry's my dispatcher. She's freaking awesome. We have a great team. But sometimes they might assume that you're lazy. And if you're not a lazy driver, then get in their face, okay? Get in their face. Like, for example, I'm just going to give you an example, okay? I call her, and my trainee's right here. Am I lying? I call her Friday. I said, what you got for this weekend? I'm ready to run. She said, I don't know yet. Good morning, Michael Moravio's in the house. Good morning, brother. Glad you joined this morning. I call her Friday. I said, what you got for me? What you got? She said, you made your delivery? I said, nope. What you got? She said, well, I'm working on it. I call her back at 11. Hey, what you got? I'm here delivering. She said, I'm working on it. Called her at 12. What you got? Working on it. 2 o'clock. What you got? 3 o'clock. What you got? I called her, she's like, all right, Shawn, all right. She had me to keep me running, and this is what you have to do. She figured out a way that I could take a trailer over somewhere, drop it off. While I was there was some trailers that were broke that I had to take and move those over to Penske. Now, I'm a long haul driver, right? And I'm like, but I get paid for that, extra for that, because I want to do. And then she set me up with the Louisville run all the way to Jacksonville. So we still got, we got over 670 miles yesterday. But the day before that was a little slow. But you know what? I didn't just shut down. I said, look, I want to work. We're here to work, drivers. We are here to make money. This is trucking, okay? We're here to make money. Now, speaking of that, I have drivers call me, get upset. We used to be, and this is me speaking right, we used to be a company that was 5 days out, 2 days home. And that's great, because we had a lot of drivers that would stay out longer than that and could pull the weight. But right now, we don't have 200 drivers. You know what I mean? We've got like 120 drivers. So we don't have all those drivers that can pull all y'all's weight. So you might have to be out here a little longer than 5 days. You might have to be out here 7 days, 8 days, 10 days. That's what we call trucking. Part of trucking, y'all. And I'm not trying to hurt nobody's feelings. I'm just being real. I can say this stuff because I'm a driver and I'm speaking to myself. I had to have the same conversation with my wife. You know what I'm saying? Good morning, Rick. Rick's in the house this morning, and also Neil's in the house. We got the, good morning, y'all. Good morning, Michael Moravio. We got Rick McNabb. He's the VP of Rosedale. He knows what I'm talking about this morning. He's watching this morning. But this is truth. I'm speaking the truth, and I speak truth on my channel, y'all. Good morning, you too, Nick. So, drivers say that, they used to get home, blah, 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 blah. Okay, we still can get home. But we may have to do a 34 out here on the road and then do a 34 home. Majority of the time, we get to do our 34 at home. I will say 80% of the time I can do that. But if you live in our location, a good location, yes, 90%, 80% of the time you can do it. But what does that mean? 34 doesn't mean do 5 days and go home Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Of course, you're not going to get no miles that way. You're not going to get them. But You run your hours out, okay? 70 hours in 8 days. It might take you 8 days to run those hours out, then do your 34. Are you out here to make money, or you're out here for a 9 to 5? If you're out here for a 9 to 5, go work somewhere else. And the reason I'm not trying to be harsh, or I say y'all, not all y'all, but the ones that want to work Monday through Thursday and go home Saturday and Sunday and Monday, are not getting the miles up. Therefore, I can't get a raise. Man, we want new trucks next year, right? Everybody wants to complain about trucks. Everybody wants to complain about, oh, the trucks. I've got a 24 truck. I'm doing good. A lot of people do. Some people don't. But I'd like everybody to get a 24 truck. Some of these trailers are raggedy. But Rick went out and bought 100 trailers last year. Brand new trailers. And to get another 100 new trailers next year, we all got to do our part. We want to be a complain, but we need to be a part of the solution, not a part of the problem, okay? And that goes to speak, okay? So let's keep talking about this for a minute, because I think this is healthy. Our 34-hour restart, are you going home for Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday, or are you going home for your 34 and hit the road? Which one? Now, this is trucking, y'all. What I mean by that is things happen. You might not get home on Saturday. You might not get home on Sunday. You might get home on Monday. It's trucking. Dispatch will do everything they can to get you home when they say, but things pop up. Things happen. You've got to be flexible. I don't know what happened to the truck drivers when I first started 16 years ago, but it wasn't like this. But I have drivers that get upset, and they message me, and they're like, you know, I want to be home for my great niece's birthday, and I missed it. Damn that dispatcher. Like, come on, man. This is truck driving. Good morning, Aaron. We've got to realize that, and I'm not trying to be too hard, but I'm just trying to speak the truth. Let's make money. We're out here. Are you here at the truck and make money? People, when I recruit y'all and I get on there, and I've brought a lot of drivers in, the number one thing y'all tell me when y'all want to come here is, do you want the miles, right? If you know what I'm saying, if I recruited you over here and you know what I'm saying, please let me know in the comments. You come here because you wanted miles and home time both. And you know you can get them here. Miles are good, consistent, and home time's good. But what is your home time? Are you trying to get home 3 days a week? You're trying to get home 34 hours a week. That's the thing. Michael Bravio said, I never had a problem at dispatch. It's always good to me. They are. But you got to communicate. You got to communicate. You can't just assume. Assume will make an ass out of you, buddy. It'll make an ass. You got to call them and say, listen, I want to go. So look, as soon as my dispatch is in, I already know I got going up here to Savannah. Before I get to Savannah, I'm going to be like, hey, pick this load up. What you got to me tomorrow? Where are we going? Some companies don't like that, but here at Rosedale, I'm telling you, if you want to succeed, manage your dispatcher. I'm not saying be an annoying crap. I'm saying let them know, hey, I have this many hours. Okay, yeah, they can see your hours, but listen, there's only a few dispatchers in there. Let them know, hey, I've only got 6 hours left. I had somebody tell me the other day, this is a true story. Hey, Shawn, you know, and this driver stays out like a month at a time. All right, and the driver said, hey, Shawn, you know, I called him, told him I wasn't going to go nowhere because I had 21 hours left on my truck, and I'm going to go ahead and I want to go ahead and do my 34. I said, you got 21 hours left on your thing, and you want to do your 34? That don't make no sense to me. And yeah, but I don't want to run out of hours. Why not? Run out of hours anywhere. There's a Love's every 50 miles. You know what I'm saying? You've got 20 hours, okay? You can actually drive an extra 1,000 miles. Yeah, but I wouldn't have a blah, 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 blah. Look, you don't have to take your 34 sitting on the yard at Rosedale, y'all. You don't have to take a 34 at this place. If you're going to do it on the road, okay? You're going to do the 34 on the road. Max them hours out, baby. Now, I get it. You got like 12 hours left and you want to try to you're trying to get home. That's different. But if you're staying out here on the road and you choose to do your 34 out here on the road, then max those hours out, baby. Run it till you can't run no more. I got an hour left. I'm pulling over at this truck stop right here. I'm going to call it a day. Let your dispatcher know this is as far as I can go. I don't need a backload for 34 more. Then you're going to get your miles. Why stay out a month and cut yourself short? Hey, no problem, Michael. Go do your thing. Good morning, Tommy. Yeah, go get those CDLs, big dog. I'll help you any way I can. But why cut yourself short? So these are things that I tell my trainee. If you want to go home, I understand. Do a strict 34, go. Some days you're out longer, you want to take a few more days off, that's fine. But if you're going to do a 34 on the road, if you're going to do it, man, get all of it, right? Right, Jose?
Yeah.
I mean, are you out here sightseeing? Are you out here to make money? My wife would be like, hey, what's up, Eugene Weber? Got Gunny in the house. How you been, Gunny? You doing okay? Good to see you. But if you're going to do a 34, like I said, get them hours out. Now, we're talking about miles here. And I'm trying to think of some things that has kept people from getting miles, okay? Number one, managing your dispatcher. Number two, as we're talking about, is not maxing about your hours, okay? The next thing we're going to talk about is, okay, you call me and say your equipment's bad, okay? Your equipment's messed up. Truck's messed up. What'd you say, Eugene Weber? You're starting a new job. Good job. Congratulations, buddy. Congratulations. Where was you working at before? What was the name of that company? What went wrong there? It was you were stuck out in Kansas somewhere, wouldn't you, buddy? Tommy said, what's the best freight to pull and make good money? Depends on which company you work for. So you're going to BSF Logistics, or is that where you came from? Okay. So your equipment's messed up. All right, let's talk about that for a minute. These trailers. Why are these trailers messed up? Two things. One, because of all of us. We see something and we ignore it. That's one thing. Now, I know, before everybody starts chiming in, I'm not a pro Penske person, but I'm pro Rosedale, okay? But we've had some issues with Penske. I get it. We're working through it. I ain't talking about that. We're talking about maintenance on your trailers. You see something, write it up. You see something, write it up. If you get in a truck, it's not running right, and you keep breaking down, then you're screwing yourself over, and you're trying and over and over and over again. Go to your dispatch. After that, go to Keishland and say, listen, I have been broke down the last 3 weeks. This truck, every time the Penske fixes it, breaks down. Every time I go to the shop, it breaks down. I don't want to be in this truck no more. Okay? She will move you to another truck, I promise. She will get you in the truck that works right. But you've got to speak up, y'all. You've got to speak up and say, hey. Now, I'm not saying if you got little bitty issues that need to be fixed, it's stuff fixed. But if you've got some major issues that keep happening, that keep fixing, keep happening, you got to speak out and talk. Okay? Rosedale, we're like a family here, okay? And we don't get through with problems unless we talk about them. We've got to communicate these problems. Now, I'm not saying be a crybaby and whine about everything. Please, God. Somebody's going to go back to Shawn said that I could be home every Sunday. No, Shawn didn't. Grow up. I'm sick of y'all being whine babies. There's be some truck drivers out here now. But I'm trying to help y'all. Okay? I'm trying to help y'all. You see a trailer that's messed up, man, stop and get it fixed. I get it. It gets on my nerves trying to get this fixed. Or try to get it to the yard to get it fixed. If you can get it to the yard, get it fixed, get it there, because our maintenance is a lot lower at the yard trying to get it fixed there. So if you're close to the terminal, get it there. If your truck's going to be broke down for a minute, they'll put you in another truck. They're going to put you in a rental truck. Sometimes get this stuff done on the road costs a lot of extra money and it's costing a lot of extra time. At least if you're at the yard, they can probably get you another truck or something. So try to get the equipment back to the yard. That way, because what happens is Rosedale's got a flat fee that they pay with Penske. I say flat fee, it's not free, it's not cheap either, but it covers the maintenance. It's like a salary almost. So if you can get it there, that helps Rosedale out. That's going to help, again, with making money, by saving us money to get raises. Now, if anybody out there that says, hey, man, I don't want to raise, I just want to stay broke forever. I don't hear nobody ever saying that. But we got to think about it. We got to talk about it, y'all. And I know this conversation today is a little different than what I normally do, but it's the truth. I think it needs to be spoke. It needs to be spoke. It needs to be spoke. I hope all y'all got some, got anything out of that. Listen, if you need me as a coach, or you need to ask me questions, call me. The drivers that I refer, they call me, and they're getting the miles. But, I'll help you, not because I'm better than you. I've only been here, I started here, 16 years ago, but I left, and I've only been back here 3 years, but in the last 3 years, I've learned all the routes. And I know you know, which ones I can drop at, which ones I don't, where to park at. So if you need help with parking or any of that, call me. I had drivers that say, you know, I'm scared, Shawn, because I want to run out of hours. Call me. I'll say, listen, you can park right here, you pull over here, the gas station right here, the Dairy Queen right there, and 2 park places behind there, and it's always good. I'll show you where to park at. I'll help you. If you don't have my number, call your dispatcher. They'll give you my number, okay? Or you can email me. I appreciate y'all. I do. But I love this company, and I love working here, and I want it to succeed. But we got to quit blaming the victim. We got to quit pointing fingers. We all want to blame Penske. We all want to blame our dispatcher. We all want to bring this, blame our vehicle, blame that. Sometimes we got to look at ourselves and say, hey, what more can I do? Are you being as efficient as possible? So what do you think about, y'all? Are you being the best that you can be? Just because you're out here and no one's looking around, are you still that right driver? Are you going that extra mile? Are you doing the extra thing you need to be? You say, well, I ain't no slave. I ain't da-da-da-da-da. Yeah, well, you know what? This is your job, bro. I'm so sick of the victim mentality. If you don't want to do it, then get out of the truck, go somewhere else. Let's truck a lot with Shawn, baby. Appreciate y'all watching this morning. All right, before I end, I'd like to go ahead and say a prayer. If you're driving, please don't close your eyes. Okay, don't bow your heads. If you're not, dear Heavenly Father, I come to you in the name of Jesus. I ask you to touch every person out there that's watching. Every person out there that's, including the family of the one that got lost, that died, that passed away, the loves, touch their family. And all the drivers out there, I ask you to keep them safe out here in this winter, in these snows, and this ice. Lord, every driver out there that's hungry for miles and that's trying to get money, I ask you to bless them and bless their family and help them get their miles up and help them so they can prosper. Anybody that's going anything with any struggle, I claim peace over their lives. Anybody that's dealing with confusion out there, I ask you to take the confusion away, because you're not the author of confusion, the devil is. Lord, I ask you to give them peace. Take away their worries and let them lay their burdens on you. In your precious name I pray, amen. And by the way, if there's one person out there that's lost that don't know Jesus, I ask you to, this morning, to also say a prayer with me. Say, hey, I'm a sinner. I don't know God. I don't know this Jesus, but I want to know you. Please forgive me for what I've done in my past. And make me whole. If I was to die today, I want to be in your paradise with you. Amen. When Jesus was dying, there was 2 sinners next to the cross. One of them looked at him and said, please remember me when you get to paradise. Jesus said, you're going to be with me. He didn't have time to get baptized. He didn't have time to go in front of the whole church, but he had just enough time to reach out to him. And today might be the only day that you have enough time to reach out to him. You may go around the next corner, somebody may plow right into you. This might be your last chance. So if you don't know Jesus as your Savior, I invite you this morning to do that. I appreciate y'all watching. Again, I'll be back in the morning at 6 a.m. If you get a chance, please join me live. We're going to do this every morning at 6 a.m. as long as it lets me. God bless y'all. Turn it live with Shawn, baby. Let's get it.